this is going to be our last sail on this boat for a little while, just while we get her fixed. And it's like a really emotional morning. So we just left Yuge Island, which was the first time I felt a sense of sailing community the whole time in Japan, so that really helped. There was some amazing sailors around, and a sea station, didn't know that was a thing, but like a building that has a kids play area, laundry, showers, just facilities for sailors, which we've not seen this whole time. So wow, we loved being there. But yeah, it's time to head off this morning to Hiroshima to put the boat into a marina and then haul out and start repairing the damage from the boat strike. How are you feeling this morning?
Good, but yeah, we've decided to take a little break for a while. I think we're gonna get a Airbnb or rent a house, or probably reach out to some people. Yeah, just sort of lay low for a while, decompress.
In this episode, we finally get our damaged boat into safe harbour. This is a massive event for everyone on board. Then we sit down and have a very frank discussion, which will answer some people's questions, but it might leave other people confused.
I'm debating whether or not we're actually lucky.
And perhaps more than a little worried.
Everything's fine.
Also, Merry Christmas, you guys.
Now, these grapes, I haven't done Google Translate on the label. I'm pretty sure they're Japanese though. Are the sweetest grapes. They taste like the flavor bubblegum. They don't taste real, they taste like candy. And we've been obsessed. I wish I could share that with you. Hi, how do you feel about the boat trip coming to an end? You can be honest, are you ready for a break?
Actually, it's feeling like it's getting colder and colder every day. Japan's lovely in autumn, but to be sailing around now, I'm starting to think maybe it's a good time to go and do something else for a bit.
And so what are you and Corinne thinking?
It's an opportunity for us here because we're already in Asia. We're going to go to India, I think. So New Delhi and see what we find.
Amazing.
And we could actually have about 2 months, I think, before coming back to the boat.
And then we'll have to finish fixing her up.
Yes.
You good? Do you want to go back onto that one?
Do you want to try again? Okay. So.
Whew, that was chaotic. We just jibed, but the Code Zero got stuck on the spreaders. We got it though.
It all looked like 18, 20 knots of wind here, but it's just tide. We were wondering what it might be.
It's a good to practice the jibe.
Yeah.
Should we run the sheet on the outside? Better, isn't it?
It's better.
Yeah.
What's on the menu today, Captain? White one?
We have some chicken
Yeah.
and some more chicken
Okay.
and some tofu. This looks delicious. This is like a sesame seed salad thing. And some quinoa.
And can we mention Lenny's sultanas? So Lenny wanted to turn these back into grapes, and they've been sitting in water for 3 days now. Are you gonna eat them? No? Can I throw them away now then? Okay, thank you. They're getting a bit gross. So with the event of that whole boat strike and just the impact, I have found like anxiety has sprung up again, and I haven't had it for over a year. So I'm kind of glad we're parking up the boat for a couple of months and going to be living in a little Japanese house whilst we get her fixed. I think if it happened when I was awake, it would have been a bit different, but being asleep and have that happen is like, I had sleep paralysis after that. But yeah, anyway, it has deeply impacted both of us, but maybe most noticeably me. So yeah, I've found a couple of calls with my therapist lately, super helpful, and I'm so grateful that BetterHelp is the paid partner of this video. Couldn't be more relevant in my life right now. It's just such an amazing tool and service to have out here. It's so convenient that I can just jump on a call with a trained mental health professional and chat anytime I like. She's usually asking me questions, and helping me see things from a new perspective. So yeah, if you've been intimidated by therapy in the past, you might love BetterHelp. The fact you can do it from your house via phone call, video call, or messaging, and they're on a mission to make it as easy as possible to start. So you just have to fill out a simple questionnaire, which takes no time at all, and then you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. And don't worry, if you don't love the first therapist you're matched with, one of the best features of BetterHelp is that you can just swap until you get the perfect person who you vibe with. And even when things are going great, and we're on a high and everything's going wonderfully, we still find so many benefits to doing therapy. They actually have this journal where you can reflect within the app, and there are these group sessions on a number of different topics every day. So yeah, it's really nice. You should go and check it out. Take advantage of their offer, whether you are currently happy or you are struggling. If you think you'll benefit from a therapy session, you can just click the link right here or below in the description, or scan the QR code here, and you'll actually get 10% off your first month of therapy. So take advantage and look after yourselves, and put on lots of lights at night time so no one runs into you. Can you tell me about the sailing today?
The Seto Inland Sea is pretty complicated. There's huge mountains on the northern side, which is predominantly where the wind's coming from. So it either stops or funnels down, or rockets, bullets along. It's very geographical. And then there's a lot of katabatic winds as well, and then huge currents. So there's 6 knots down here, 6 knots around there, and it's quite well mapped out, but you're never quite sure what you need to do. And then there's massive container ships everywhere as well. So it's complicated, which makes it really interesting to sail. We are currently doing 13 and 17 knots of wind. We've been jibing back and forth with the code 0 up. So big outside jibe after big outside jibe.
Making, Darwin?
Pizza and knuckle shrimp.
What? Just some things that have brought me joy today. This 95% chocolate and dates, I'm telling you, the nicest caramel we've ever eaten. And also the sunshine. The sun just came out and it's so beautiful. This side of the boat is the photogenic side. That side is a mess. At least we're getting one fun last sail in.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't expect this one to be so fun. We're flying right now. You reckon that beam's gonna hold out?
Yeah. We just had our gust to 18, so I knew it was picking up here, and I can only bear away so much. There's a point here. So I was like, it's gonna pick up, and then we're just trying to figure out whether or not we're gonna furl it away, or if I've got enough room that I can just come downwind for the non-sailors, like run away from the wind, so to speak. And it looks like it's not forceful enough that it's gonna force us to bear away too much. All of that is to say, it's kind of perfect.
What you doing in Kai and Corinne's room? Eh? What you doing? Hop out of there. Oi, that's not how you do it. In the meantime, we're on the verge here. How are you feeling, Cap?
Good.
We are flying.
So we're doing basically wind speed here in 13 knots, and it's just insane. Like flat water, and we're hammering. So we've got the wind coming from 114. When I bring it up to 105, we're doing wind speed. It's bonkers.
Another thing that's brought me joy, our Idol shirts arrived in the mail. You might have seen Riley wearing his in the last episode, but I can't bear to wear anything new until it's washed. We're still going to go to their concert. Don't worry, we're not missing out. We didn't travel this far and dodge as many typhoons and get struck by a boat to not make it to our concert. We've just got the Coast Guard. They were just circling us. They came up behind us and they haven't said our name on the radio nor told us to stop, but we really hope they don't tell us to stop because we're gonna have to wind in the code 0 and drop the main so they can check our paperwork for the 100th time. No, it'll only be like the 4th time. Let's see. Here we go.
This is the customs. Do you have a VAT here?
What?
I don't know how he expects us to reply.
My default strategy when dealing with customs officials, coast guards and the assorted paramilitaries we've encountered over the years is to feign ignorance whilst continuing with whatever it was I was already going to do. The reasoning here is simple. Engagement, whether neutral or adversarial, tends to result in absorption into a bureaucratic apparatus wholly indifferent to the particulars of one's own situation. To interact meaningfully is to risk being detained, redirected, or instructed to perform an arbitrary task. We are invariably met by representatives of a nation state, be they Mongolian, Moldovan, or Maltese, whose most conspicuous claim to authority resides hilariously and always in a stupid hat.
We're just about to dump the main. Boy oh boy, am I excited, this is our last sail. It's bloody freezing. Woohoo! Like a glove. That was so smooth. We did it. And we're very hungry sailors. We're gonna go find some food. I really feel like some udon. It's been too long. Great docking, babe. I wish I got that on film, but that was killer. I rate it 10 out of 10.
Standard procedure.
Oh, that's nice and warm. Oh la la, can I get in there?
Yeah.
My toes are frozen.
What happened to the engine?
Nothing, we're just hanging out in here because it's nice and warm. You wanna come down?
Well, I'm switching off all the lights.
Nice.
Up there, down here, and everywhere.
He's got a job to do, Dada.
Which one can I switch off?
Okay, that's the port and starboard lights there. And the steaming lights here, top one.
Green lights?
Mhm.
And those ones?
Yeah, and the nav main go off. Nice. What are you gonna have for dinner, Darwin?
I have a
What do you say? A
pizza.
spatula?
Alright.
Oh my god.
Cheers. Thanks, Leah. Thanks, Riley. Cheers.
Shante.
If ghosts aren't real, how do you explain this?
Beep, beep, beep. Activate this.
Ghost activated. They're very scary.
This morning, as is tradition, we forgot to film our goodbyes with Kai and Corinne for you guys, which would have been better for like narrative continuity, if you'll excuse my breach of the fourth wall there. Our Airbnb in the forest awaited us, and we felt a deep sense of satisfaction reflecting on the sailing season that we had just completed. Over the past 5 months, we'd sailed through the Philippines and Japan, experiencing a plethora of incredible adventures. Well done.
They're so delicious.
Blow it. Good boy.
Dad, I can't do it.
Hold on, here we go. It's really hot, okay? Take it out, Lenny, take it out.
Look how it's shrunken.
Right, Darwin, blow.
Fire, fire, fire. seat with a bad guy on it that has a poo-poo in his hand. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And he shot himself and then the poo went phew, and then the cowboy's face. And the cowboy's face.
So we made it, and it's so beautiful.
It is just astonishing.
It really is. Riley was going to give you an update on all boat things and insurance and everything that's going on there. And we also had some questions from you guys that we're going to answer.
There's a lot to get through. I'm a little lost as to exactly what you guys know. I'm just gonna lay it all out. So, we were crashed into by a boat. The Coast Guard came, they took 1,000 photos. The next day we sailed to the Coast Guard dock, and then shortly after that to Hiroshima. In the meantime, we did a lot of inspections on the boat, found out that it wasn't structural, which is good news. Kai said almost immediately afterwards, I was like, how are you feeling about this? And he's like, we could sail this boat across the Atlantic tomorrow. That is all great news. However, there's insurance that we've been parrying back and forth about. All Japanese fishing boats are part of a co-op or a union, which has insurance, which covers the whole lot. They agreed verbally, and then via text message, and then finally in writing via email, and they've been great.
They even wanted to invite us out to dinner to apologise even more on all fishermen's behalf that this happened.
There has been so much that has been happening. I could talk about this for an hour, and it's difficult to try and condense this into like exactly what's pertinent and most interesting for you guys. Insurance looks good, so that's a massive thing. It's not structural, that's a massive thing, but it's going to be expensive to fix, to get the boat back.
If we had to pay,
yeah, it would be
like a lot.
There are 3 reasons why it probably wasn't as bad as it easily could have been, or maybe even should have been. It hit the net, which ripped off like a zip. We were anchored and not at the end of the anchor rope, which meant that the boat moved backwards. And also on the front, there's an aerodynamic cowling, which is lightweight, non-structural at all. And it acted like a car bumper. So when the boat hit the front of that, it sort of popped down the edge, squashed off, tore. So I've been liaising with Rapido, who've been fantastic. They are currently creating a whole new cowling. And also if it hit anywhere else, like directly into the front of the boat, on the side of the boat, we would have lost the rig probably.
Crazy to think that, like if they hit the side and got that shroud, like exactly, it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, it would have been anywhere else. I'm debating whether or not we're actually lucky. We need to organise for that part to be sent over. We've got to have the boat hauled out, and the guys from Rapido need to come over. Yeah, it's taken a lot of organising, but we've got a plan. And we think that everything is going to fall into place for us to be able to go sailing next year. We're
going to still go up to the Alps and do some skiing, and then we're going to set sail for Micronesia straight away. So let's get to your questions.
Whenever people ask questions, it's always about our sex life.
There's a lot about that, yeah. Okay, there was a lot about insurance too.
Dirty little, you've got a very naughty audience.
So this is from Flying Dutchman Works. So has the recent accident made you rethink emergency plans in general at sea and docked?
No, I think that we were incredibly lucky. I feel like we sort of got struck by lightning. But you get struck by lightning more if you live your life on the ocean. We were due for an incident like that for sure. You just don't get to spend 10 years on the ocean and not have some sort of disaster-ish thing happen.
Yeah, I can't believe something like this hasn't happened earlier.
Yeah.
How have we gotten away with so much in the last 10 years?
We
sailed across the Atlantic for the first time.
Had a good day today.
No, we didn't. The spinnaker fell off.
Well,
our EPIRB wasn't even registered. Please don't do that. And we ran out of water on that trip 2 days before we arrived.
The best in the world, the best sailors in the world. It's just an environment that invites disaster. It's not for everyone. Alex Thompson has run aground. Francis Joyon, he's run aground. There was a boat in the Volvo Ocean Race that ran aground. I think that dude's done it a couple of times. Yeah, it's tough and accidents happen, and we were well overdue for a bad one.
So we're okay, you guys.
Everything's fine.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
The next one's from Olive. Are you guys gonna buy a fancy red trimaran now? Feels like fate just saying. Oh, I think realistically, yeah, we're still working away at our new boat project, so it's good to dream and to have a goal and see what crazy things you can pull off, because it seems like you've been able to do some amazing things in the past few years. Our new dream is a very fast, huge trimaran where we can invite so many people aboard and collaborate and give people this experience more often.
We would only leave our beautiful vessel that we built and love it to do something totally insane.
We're
you
reaching
can be
for the stars.
You can be, yeah, exactly.
And let's see.
If we fall short, then we're very happy where we are.
This one's from Frank Timmerman. How are you, Elena? I hope you're not having any nightmares. Horrible nightmares, but they've stopped. And I mean, give me a few days here and I will be good as new. So yeah, I'm okay now. It was just, yeah, I guess adrenaline, and it triggered anxiety again, but that's also kind of dipped again.
That was something that I didn't do perfectly well. The Coast Guard came out just as I was about to get to sleep. So then the next day I was useless, and I did not do a good enough job as a captain of making sure that everyone else on board was okay. So Elena and Karin in particular, although, I mean, you're gonna check up on Kai, but most likely he's okay. But yeah, Elena and Karin both had nightmares. It was such a massive event for all of us that we really bonded over the next few days together and kept returning to it.
Yeah,
not
you get closer
incessantly,
when you go through something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I find that particular type of dynamic really, really intensely interesting. I'd really like to know from our audience if there's anyone out there that's experienced a similar event that was terrifying, just generally hard, like really horrible emotionally or something like that, that you can look back on and it's like built a team in a certain way or made your family better together or something like that. I'm really interested in that stuff.
Yeah,
so
please share your stories. And Merry Christmas to you guys. I'm not sure if this video will be posted before Christmas or after Christmas, but for us, we're just about to try and find a little Christmas tree. Maybe it'll be just a plant or something, but the boys will be happy regardless. We'll stick some presents under there. Kai and Corinne, they helped us pack up the boat, and they're actually going to India because they've never been, and yeah, there's this time between the boat accident and when we can actually make the repairs. So they're in India.
Eleanor is currently in New Zealand on her van trip, and it looks absolutely stunning on her.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Thanks guys, we will see you in the new year.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry... Have a good Christmas, rock stars.
What we've got now are some really awesome sea people that we think that you should follow. We've got Steph and Travis, who are in an aluminium vessel who've made it to 62 degrees north, and also we've got Kat and Josh, who set sail from Australia and are now cruising Indonesia. The link for Sea People and for the seafarers whom I've just mentioned is in the description below. I wanted to leave you with a reminder to join us. There's nearly 100,000 other ocean lovers on the Sea People app, and together we have cumulatively logged 3 million nautical miles within the app. It is kicking off. It's heaving. It's a mosh pit of buoys and sailor girls with really incredible people doing wild shit. Go and download it and check it out.